When I will see the hole, I will use this to finish as soon as I can.
Whoa. Oh, she ain't down. Yeah, it's bad. Oh, head kick. Go! Oh, that's terrible. That's what happened to Priscilla. And Valentina is going to beat her up.
Yeah, it looks like she opened her up with one of those elbows.
Big Dan is looking
come here.
closely. As it should be. That's it.
The UFC.
Wow.
Stop everything. Valentina the Bullet Shevchenko just dropped a brutal bombshell on Dakota Ditcheva. A cold, savage message. I'm a monster. That's your last warning. This isn't hype, and it isn't playful trash talk. This is war. The Queen of Violence has officially answered Dakota Ditcheva's call-out, and the entire MMA world is shaken.
Ditcheva makes the playoffs for the win of any kind.
Those knees are brutal.
Oh, now he combination. And the body work. Dakota Ditcheva with a quick stick.
You okay?
And clinches the #1 seed.
Dakota Diva, the undefeated violent Cinderella, has been destroying everyone in the PFL with brutal finishes, knees like Anderson Silva, knockout power like Amanda Nunes, and the coldest killer instinct since Chris Cyborg. And she dared to call out Valentina Shevchenko, the most dangerous woman in UFC history. Valentina did not hold back. The Bullet fired straight shots at Dakota, saying, "I'm a monster. I'll end you. When I see the opening, I'll finish it as soon as I can. That's your last fight. I'll end your era." In MMA language, that's not a call-out, it's a death sentence. This moment shook the entire MMA world. On one side stands Valentina Shevchenko, a two-time UFC flyweight champion. The woman who went toe-to-toe with Amanda Nunes, a sniper with over 20 MMA wins, multiple Muay Thai world titles, and one of the highest fight IQs in the sport. On the other side is Dakota Ditcheva, just 27 years old, undefeated, PFL's golden child, and the future of women's MMA. For Valentina to look at Dakota and basically say, "I'll end you," isn't just veteran confidence. It's the reigning queen putting the rising star in her place. This is more than a fight. It's the ultimate clash of eras. Valentina represents the last era of UFC dominance, while Dakota is the nightmare of the new generation. If Dakota beats Valentina, she instantly becomes a legend killer and walks into the UFC as the new face of women's MMA. But if Valentina ends Dakota's streak, she kills the hype train, silences the future, and reminds the world she's still the most dangerous striker alive. With Carmouche unable to stop Dakota, Cyborg lining up, and now Valentina wanting blood, Dakota Ditcheva has officially become the most hunted fighter in the world. This isn't about belts or rankings. It's about legacy and survival. And when Valentina says, "I'll end your era," you better believe she means it.
When I will see the hole, I will use this to finish as soon.
So here's the real question. Will Dakota Ditcheva survive the bullet, or will Valentina Shevchenko destroy the hype and bury her rise before she ever touches UFC gold? One thing is certain, Valentina just dropped a massive bombshell, and the fight game will never be the same.
Me is this is a big opportunity, because she is very hype. She is in PFL from long time than me, so defeat her for me. It's huge. I think she is a good fighter, of course, and she's a good striker. All things okay, but I told you, maybe she think that I'm like her opponent, so maybe they has afraid from her, but I'm like an animal, so doesn't matter who I have in front of me, and fight, and I'm ready, and I can't wait to show you who is the real warrior, and just this.
But yeah, she got a bye in the second round, which I would have liked to see her fight then. But it is what it is, I'm prepared. I've trained hard, and I'm just going to go in and do what I always do. I never fixate too much on what my opponent's doing. You know, they can change each fight. Like me, my fight, first round was completely different to my third, so, you know.
Manchester's undefeated star Dakota Ditcheva didn't just win a belt. She demolished Valentina Shevchenko inside one round. A barrage of Anderson Silva style knees left Shevchenko's face swollen shut, forcing doctors to stop the fight. In Shevchenko's own words, Dakota Ditcheva ended my career. This wasn't just a TKO, it was a statement. 9 finishes in her first 10 fights, a $100,000 paycheck, and a rising reputation that has UFC fans begging Dana White to sign her before she clears out every woman in the PFL.
Glove and a right hand.
Dakota Diva grabbed the mic and sent a terrifying message. Anyone is next. Give me whoever you want. I'll stay in Europe. I'll go to America. I'll clean them all out. That wasn't confidence. It was a warning to every fighter in the UFC's flyweight and bantamweight divisions. Dana White may have thought Amanda Nunes' retirement made the division safer, but think again. Diva has the finishing power of Nunes, the Muay Thai sharpness of Anderson Silva, and the cold killer instinct of Chris Cyborg.
Dakota Ditcheva, absolutely killing it over in PFL. I think eventually she'll come over to UFC. How big of a star can she be in the UFC?
I think she's potentially got it all to be better than any of us. And like, I'd even put it up there with like she can do everything that Valentina.
And here's where it gets controversial, because numbers don't lie. Amanda Nunes had 6 stoppages in her first 9 fights. Chris Cyborg had 6 as well. Dakota Diva, 7 knockouts in 9. She's not just matching the greatest women in MMA history. She's surpassing them. And she's only 25. The question isn't if Dakota will dominate. It's who's left alive to stop her. And don't forget the business side. With the PFL buying Bellator, Don Davis is already preparing for a PFL versus UFC war. And his weapon of choice is Dakota Ditcheva. Imagine Dakota versus Valentina Shevchenko. Imagine Dakota versus Erin Blanchfield. Hell, imagine Dakota walking into the UFC and taking Alexa Grasso's belt on day 1. Dana White, you'd better pay attention, because Don Davis just sent a crystal clear message. Dakota Diva is coming to destroy your UFC divisions. Valentina Shevchenko's career? Gone. Amanda Nunes' throne? Vacant. Dana White's divisions? Under siege. Dakota Diva isn't just the future. She's the UFC's worst nightmare. And after Dublin, the entire MMA world knows it. This is only the beginning. And Dana, she's coming for you.
Maybe Shevchenko, even though I look up to her a lot, I still want to be in her position and be able to beat someone like her.
Dana White, you'd better listen up, because Molly McCann just dropped an absolute bombshell. Dakota Diva isn't just the future of MMA. She's the monster coming to tear through your entire UFC divisions.
Really gone behind your teammate, Dakota Ditcheva. First off, what do you think of her performances so far this year?
Oh, she's a killer. She's a killer. She's the future of MMA, and I think that she's only getting better. She's young, she's hungry, she's disciplined, she's motivated. She's got a good head on her.
Not in the UFC yet, but look at Dakota Ditcheva. She is a scary striker, and she's an amazing athlete, right? But her mom was Muay Thai world champion, so she came up in this sport and has been doing it her whole entire life.
Molly Meatball McCann, a fighter who's actually been inside the UFC cage, just said Dakota can do everything Valentina Shevchenko has done, maybe even more. That's right, Valentina, the queen of violence, may have finally met her execution.
Conor McGregor follows me on Twitter. Like, I was told that as well the other day by my brother's friend. So, you know, things like that are like massive.
Let's be real. Dakota Diva didn't just show up, she took over. In 2024, she smoked former UFC title challenger Tyler Santos to claim the PFL Women's Flyweight World Championship. The same Santos who nearly dethroned Valentina Shevchenko. Dakota ran through her like it was nothing. Molly McCann didn't hold back either, saying Dakota can do everything Valentina's done and that she was UFC ready before she ever stepped into the PFL. That's not hype. That's a veteran telling the world that Dakota is already beyond UFC level. Molly even admitted she tried to kick doors down for UK women's MMA, but now it's Dakota's job to smash those doors off their hinges and bury everyone inside the UFC. Dana White, this is the future, and she's coming for you.
They've been deep for sure. That's like Santos right now, but in trouble. She's in trouble. Dakota Ditcheva to the body again for a championship.
Dakota has already looked Valentina dead in the eyes and said, "I'm coming to kill you." Let's not forget, Valentina is 37, while Dakota is only 26. The speed, the hunger, the youth, the power. This isn't just a fight. This is a hostile takeover.
Go to the next big thing, and look out your guard.
Don't just take Molly's word for it. Kayla Harrison called Dakota a killer, and Juliana Miller said she's a terrifying problem for the entire UFC. When top fighters admit they're scared of you, that's not hype, it's reality. Right now, Dakota Ditcheva isn't just undefeated. She's untouchable. She's a monster, a killer, and the nightmare Dana White and the UFC can't escape forever. And if Molly McCann is right, Dakota isn't just the next Valentina. She's the looming end of every single UFC division. So here's the big question. When Dakota Ditcheva finally jumps to the UFC, will she just take a belt, or will she annihilate the entire roster? Dana White Valentina, the whole UFC. Your nightmare is already
just
here.
like get me anything, literally. But like you said, it was kind of, it's hard. I get it's hard for PFL. They put all the girls in the tournament, and then now they need to find someone that's gonna kind of give me a good competition. They can't give me someone that's, just kind of signed to the PFL and not really had that much experience, because it doesn't make sense. I've just beat Santos very easily. I think that's another thing that I have to understand is, like, if I'd had a 5-round war with Santos, there would have been a few more people in there that would have been more of a match.
She's 150 with 12 finishes. The face of the PFL, the poster on their billboards, the star in their promos, the main event fighter they push harder than anyone. And here's where it gets controversial. The PFL didn't even include her in this year's tournament. The reigning champion sidelined. Why? Politics, matchmaking nightmares, and the looming threat of the UFC.